Kingdom Hearts has been one of my favorite video game franchises since I was a little kid. I eagerly waited for each game's release as I grew up, and had become so invested in it that I've replayed my favorite installments more times than I care to count. In fact, Kingdom Hearts is one of the series that sparked my interest in writing and storytelling, and while I don't think it's as well written as the other games I make videos about, there are definitely some plot devices that the writers use to improve the story, one of which is foreshadowing. Foreshadowing occurs when a scene gives its audience signs of what will happen in the story's future. If you have ever watched a scene in which something is said or shown and becomes more relevant later on, then you have experienced a story that contains foreshadowing. Despite being one of the most popular plot devices writers use, if executed well, then the audience won't recognize that something has been foreshadowed until they have reached the end of the story, or at least a specific section of it. Because of this, a returning fan will likely find more meaning in a scene that uses foreshadowing than they did when they first saw it. With many titles in the Kingdom Hearts series that jump around between different characters and time periods, the writers have been able to use foreshadowing in a lot of creative ways. Just so you know, this video will contain a lot of spoilers. You've been warned, so don't attack me with your keyblades and summons when I reveal some major plot twists. Anyways, let's begin.
A puppet that's lost its heart to the heartless. Maybe it holds the key to helping Kairi. How about it, Sora? Let's join forces to save her. We can do it together. What? You'd rather fight me? Over a puppet that has no heart?
Heart or no heart, at least he still has a conscience.
Conscience?
You might not hear it, but right now it's loud and clear. And it's telling me you're on the wrong side!
Number 6. A conversation between Sora and Riku foreshadowed that replicas have emotions. In Kingdom Hearts 1, Jiminy Cricket joined Donald and Goofy on their journey after his world fell to darkness. While in the gummy ship, the three of them, along with Sora, were swallowed by Monster the Whale. As it turned out, Jiminy's friends from his home world were also in the belly of the beast. No, not that beast. Shortly after their reunion, Sora learned that Riku, who had joined the Disney villains to save Kairi, was also there. In an attempt to rescue the Princess of Heart, Riku kidnapped Pinocchio, claiming that a puppet with no heart could be the key to saving her. Sora told his misguided friend that whether Pinocchio has a heart or not doesn't matter. He still has a conscience. While this scene may not have seemed to have much meaning, it hinted at how real puppets could be in the series. In future games, a scientist named Vexen, who served Organization 13, created replicas of both Sora and Riku. The replicas were considered to be puppets by other members of the organization, but they proved to be their own people with thoughts and emotions that were just as real as anyone else's. Riku's replica, who was simply called Riku Replica, great name, I know, and Xion, who was created from Sora's memories of Kairi, would both eventually leave Organization 13 after being abused by them and formed close bonds with others. Xion became friends with Roxas and Axel, other former members of the organization, while Riku Replica enjoyed his time with the original. Just like Pinocchio, Xion and Riku Replica had their own thoughts, emotions, and desires, despite being puppets.
Oh, yeah. Tara, you and I have our Mark of Mastery exams tomorrow. I made us good luck charms.
Whoa!
Here.
I get one too?
Of course. One for each of us.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, there's this tree with star-shaped fruit. And the fruit represents an unbreakable connection. So as long as you and your friends carry good luck charms shaped like it, nothing can ever drive you apart. You will always find your way back to each other. Technically, I think you're supposed to make them with seashells, but I did the best with what I had.
Boy, sometimes you are such a girl.
Hey, what do you mean sometimes?
So this isn't a real good luck charm?
Well, that's yet to be seen. But I did work a little magic on it.
Really? What?
An unbreakable connection.
Number 5. The Wayfinder Trio's good luck charms weren't so lucky after all. In the beginning of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Aqua gave Terra and Ventus good luck charms that she had made for the upcoming Mark of Mastery exam. After Aqua passed and Terra failed, the three friends went on their own separate journeys. Unfortunately, they were all difficult, especially as Master Xehanort had been manipulating Terra along the way. The Dark Seeker used the misguided youth to kill Master Ericus towards the end of the game. Afterwards, the Wayfinder trio confronted Master Xehanort at the Keyblade Graveyard. In their battle, Xehanort possessed Terra's body and Ven fell asleep for over a decade. In order to keep him safe, Aqua put his body in a secret room in Castle Oblivion, one that would be incredibly difficult to get into, and she soon found herself in the Realm of Darkness. Despite her good intentions, her good luck charms didn't bring them any. However, someone would eventually go to the Realm of Darkness and save her. Someone who closely held on to a good luck charm made out of seashells. Sora. And together, he and Aqua managed to rescue Ventus, while Terra gained control of his body again when the Guardians of Light fought Organization 13. While their charms may not have brought them good luck, they proved to have an unbreakable connection.
There's something about this musty place. It reminds me of the secret place back home, where we used to scribble on the walls. Remember?
Kairi?
Sora?
Number 4. Sora's hallucinations of Kairi meant more than he originally thought. In the beginning of the first Kingdom Hearts game, the Heartless invaded Destiny Islands. Sora looked for Kairi and found her in their secret place. She reached out to him as the door behind her burst open, sending her towards him. However, she quickly faded away. This was why Sora went on his journey to find her, along with Riku, in the first place, wanting to make sure that she was safe. Throughout his adventures, he had quite a few hallucinations of her, seeing her in the worlds he traveled to. These were some of the first scenes that added an element of mystery to the series. Luckily, Kingdom Hearts mysteries were solved much earlier back then than they are now. Towards the end of the game, Ansem the Seeker of Darkness provided the answer to Kairi's whereabouts. It turned out that when she disappeared, her heart had actually gone inside of Sora. In order to free her, Sora used a Keyblade that could unlock people's hearts, stabbing himself and temporarily turning into a Heartless. Luckily, Kairi quickly turned him back shortly after, now knowing his heart more than anyone else did.
Every Keyblade Master is bequeathed a Keyblade of his very own. With the passing of time, as you can imagine, more and more Keyblades were forged to be handed down. But of all the Keyblades in existence, Master Xehanort's is the most ancient. That is my destiny. But it has yet to become a reality.
Hey, it's okay. This is all connected to the ancient Keyblade War, isn't that right? Whatever. I got my hands full with my own plans.
Number 3. Xigbar being Luxu was foreshadowed quite a few times throughout several games. The best plot twist in the entire series, in my opinion, is easily the reveal that Xigbar and Luxu were the same person.
That's ridiculous!
I still remember how my jaw dropped watching this scene at the end of my first Kingdom Hearts 3 playthrough, and it caused me to watch so many cutscenes over again, noticing things I never gave much thought towards when I was younger. Since Kingdom Hearts 2, which was the first game that Xigbar appeared in, there were hints that he had a deep connection to both the distant past and Keyblades. For example, when fighting Sora, he mentioned that the Keyblade picked a dud this time, and that our protagonist didn't look like half the hero the others were. Now knowing that he was referring to the Foretellers, Union Leaders, and possibly even the Master of Masters himself, that scene means a lot more than it did a couple decades ago. Out of all the cutscenes that hint at Xigbar's past, I think the one that I played, the second secret ending in Kingdom Hearts Recoded, is the best. If you're only listening to this, you wouldn't have seen that the camera closed in on Xigbar's eye when Xehanort talked about No Name, which once belonged to him back when he was called Luxu. As the free shooter said that he has plans of his own right after mentioning the Keyblade War for seemingly no reason, this scene solidifies itself in my eyes as the best one that foreshadowed the big reveal.
On that land shall darkness prevail and light expire. A prospective Keyblade Master should know this.
If you say so.
The gazing eye sees the fate of the world. The future. It's already been written.
Really? I'm not so sure about that. Besides, who's to say I can't change it? And maybe light will prevail.
Pretty confident. But things aren't in your favor.
Perhaps, but unlike darkness, there's more to light than meets the eye. You might be surprised.
Oh, I hope so.
Number 2. Xehanort confessed to wanting the light to prevail in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3. Throughout the Darkseeker saga, Xehanort was built up to be the main antagonist in the series. The final boss in the first game was his Heartless, the leader of Organization 13 was his Nobody, and he did many awful things before Sora even obtained the Keyblade. That's why it was so surprising to hear him respond to Ericus's words with, "Oh, I hope so," showing a side of him that we had never seen before. At the end of the game, he revealed that he wanted to go back in time to when the world started and defend Kingdom Hearts from people's greed. If his goal had succeeded, all of the terrible things he did never would have happened, and so, in his mind, it didn't matter how far he went. However, Ericus, who appeared before him, made him realize that Sora and his friends could defend Kingdom Hearts now, that the light lived on through them.
Never would have thought I'd become my own worst enemy. I've talked to myself a lot since falling into these shadows. But with the Phantom, it's as though all my doubts have gained a voice of their own. She's the weakness in my heart. I know I'm alone here. Have the uncountable hours in the shadows whittled away the courage I never really had. I'm losing this fight. The darkness has found the cracks in my heart. Is this the last apparition before it takes me over?
Number 1. Aqua fell into darkness. Kingdom Hearts: A Fragmentary Passage is a game that not a lot of people talk about. It's really short and can only be played in the 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue collection, and yet, in my opinion, it has the best use of foreshadowing in the entire series. Players controlled Aqua as she traveled in the Realm of Darkness. Being here for so long has affected her badly, as she talks poorly about herself throughout most of the game. In fact, there were even a few boss battles in which she literally fought phantom versions of herself. However, King Mickey found her towards the end of the main story, and the two of them helped bring the worlds back to the Realm of Light, seemingly giving a fragmentary passage a happy ending until he abandoned her and kept her whereabouts a secret for so long instead of doing something to help. "Hiya, pal! I'm Mickey Mouse. You could come into the clubhouse, but if you go into the Realm of Darkness, I'm just going to pretend you never existed. Aha!" Anyways, as players would learn in Kingdom Hearts 3, Aqua went even further into the darkness after Mickey Mouse ditched her, ultimately becoming her own worst enemy, just like the phantoms that she fought. But, as I had said earlier, Sora managed to rescue her, bringing her to the Realm of Light. Thank you for watching this video. What did you think of it, and what is your favorite use of foreshadowing in Kingdom Hearts? Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in more Kingdom Hearts content, and have a fantastic week. May your heart be your guiding key.